Alright, bro, welcome to the third episode of I reset the NBA to 1983, and this happened. We are about to move into the Jordan era, which is why I haven't moved from the last screen from last episode, because I wanted to go into the transition with y'all boys and all that. So before we do that, go ahead and look around the league. Magic is still doing his magic thing. Unfortunately, I think they just came off of losing in the final. Wait, I know that was all players list. I thought you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what? No, they didn't lose in the finals. They got bounced in the playoffs. Check league history. Lynn Bias was the last MVP. I remember that. Yeah, they got bounced in the playoffs, and then what you do? Oh, yeah, and then Hakeem and them, of course, won the championship when we left off. Bro, Hakeem is gonna be him. Just watch. So the Bulls are the team to beat at the moment. We're just gonna go ahead and hop straight into the next season. Go ahead and use the 1992 draft that 2K has provided. There we go. We are hopping into the 90s. Alright, so the changes, we are in the Jordan era, but is this really the Jordan era? This is technically still the Magic era. There's no Magic and Bird era. It's just the Magic era, for real. But the Jordan era, the Raptors and Grizzlies joined the league in 95, the G League in 01. Well, technically the D League in 01, special 90s commentary. Back to the Basket is illegal in 1999, hand checking allowed in 95. Zone defense is legal in 01. A lot of new floors, new jerseys, 90s presentation. Of course, we could love that kind of stuff. So we are into the 90s. I really did I ran through what I need to run through. I think I might load a draft class just in case, cause I don't know who's in the 92 draft that isn't in the game. But at the same time, I'm not even sure if okay, all the fake players got made worse, so all the real dudes will be getting drafted and all that. Listen, I don't really care. I just want like the real people in the draft to prosper. Oh, we got Robert Horry in this draft, Doug Christie. Hmm. Interesting, interesting. Go ahead and just simulate the season real quick. I'm gonna catch y'all at the end. All right, so we are at the end of the 1992 season. Of course, your 1992 MVP, Hakeem Olajuwon, averaging 23, 12, and 3 with a steal and 3 blocks. Billy Owens wins Rookie of the Year. Dennis Hobson wins Six Man. Hakeem wins Depoy. D Brown wins Most Improved. Hey, the Bulls won 70 games. They won 70 games. 70 and 12. Bro, they're literally the 96 Bulls before 96. The Bulls still become great. Maybe, maybe, bro, maybe he becomes as great as Mike. But first team, Magic, Mike, Len Bias, Charles Barkley, Hakeem. Second team, Clyde, John Stockton, John Williams, Scottie Pippen, David Robinson. Third team, Billy Owens, Winston Garland, Karl Malone, Dylan Howard, Dino Raja. Dino Raja being here is kind of a surprise. This is his third season. He's averaging 20. I likes that. I like seeing a new name. Here goes your all defensive first team, all defensive second team, all rookie first, all rookie second. Greg Anthony, another Mr. Announcer Man, is here. Ricky Dikembe is. Oh, I thought that was defensive first team. My fault. Looking at the seasons, the Mavericks went 50. No, they went 53 and 29 last year, but they're the first in the West. Bulls first in the East. Go ahead and check out league leaders right quick. Len Bias led the league in points. Only beat Magic by like 7/10 of a point. That's tough. Mike is there. Dennis Rodman. Dominique has a torn tricep. Mitchman rounds it off at number 10. Now, without further ado, let's just go ahead and simulate the first round. The Lakers are in second. Boston is in third. So both of these teams are still playoff teams. Boston just took a little break from the playoffs real quick. At least they're back, though. Lakers make it out the first. Wait, the Rockets didn't make it out of the first round. They didn't even make it to the playoffs. So, oh, is it because Mike got hurt, like, around the end of the season? That's kind of tough. But regardless, a lot of the guys that we kind of want to see made it to the second round. Okay. Okay, Magic. I mean, not Magic. Bird got swept. That's kind of tough. Larry Bird got swept by Gary Payton and Chris Mullin and Vlade Divac. You know what? This Boston Celtics team isn't even the dynasty team we knew, like the 80s dynasty we knew. They run in Spud Webb at the 1 and old man Larry Bird. The Lakers, on the other hand, they still being great. They got Magic, Byron Scott, Michael Cooper, Karl Malone, Bill Cartwright, and John Paxson. Little do they know during this time, Karl Malone becomes one of the greatest scorers in the history, and he's like top 5. He ends up in like top 5 in points. So maybe, just maybe. But they're facing Charles Barkley in the conference finals, so it's gonna be a tall task. Hakeem Olajuwon, on the other hand, him, Brad Daugherty, Reggie Williams, and Ennis Woodley are taking on Gary Payton, Chris Mullin, Vlade Divac, and Rick Mahorn. I got a feeling the Bulls gonna get in. It's probably gonna be Bulls and Lakers. Bulls, Lakers. Yep. I don't hear. You know what? This matchup happens a year late. This map, if I'm not mistaken, this matchup actually happens in '91, and the Bulls take it. Hey, this is gonna be a good one for sure, though. I know for a fact it's gonna be a good one. First game, of course, in Chicago. The Lakers are kind of taking it to them. Yo, a team that won 70 games is in a slugfest with LA. You know we gotta hop into this one. Okay. So Woodley is on the floor with Reggie Theus, Brad Daugherty, Hakeem, and somebody else. I see Magic. They're sending that double at Hakeem. Hakeem said no, sir. Gets the easy bucket. Magic Johnson is coming down the floor. Nobody's on Magic up top. Okay, Magic getting that screen. He's dozed to Karl Malone. Karl Malone, he's got a body by himself. He's giving it to Green up top. Y'all gotta watch that Karl Malone post. Byron Scott, he has it, but what's he gonna do with it? He gets that screen from Karl Malone. Easy bucket for Byron Scott. All right. So it's tied at 111 with 36 seconds left. Woodley has it. Brad Daugherty definitely need to move from off the perimeter because why are you up there? Olajuwon, he has it down low on Bill Cartwright. Bill Cartwright fouls and 1. Hakeem Olajuwon and 1. Olajuwon 1. I guess that's what you could call it. It's 31, 3 assists, shooting 52%, getting him MVP chance. He misses the free throw, but Daugherty gets the ball right back, sending him right back to the line. Bucket. And another bucket. Up 4. LA down bad. LA only down 3. 8 seconds left. Time is running down. They're trying to find somebody to get the shot. Magic goes. It's off. And that's the game, folks. Why did y'all just foul? Y'all goofy as hell. 17-8. Okay. So the game ends 118-113. Hakeem had 33-7. Brad Daugherty had 21-10. Magic had 24, 9, and 13. So he was doing everything he could. Byron Scott and Karl Malone both had 22. Hey, I just got a feeling it's gonna be a good series for sure. So the Bulls go up 1-0. Going into the second game. Maybe can Chicago actually pull one and get a blowout in Chicago, bro? All right, they won by 15 in Chicago. Hakeem had 27 and 12. Red Daughtry had 26 and 16. Woodley had 16 and 12. Magic had 45 and 4. So Magic, to Magic standards, he was kind of in a box because he had the points, but he didn't have the rebounds and assists. Carmelo had 27, 7 and 5. Byron Scott had 15. Now we're going back to LA. Let's see if the Bulls can take one in LA and maybe win the championship at home. Yeah, you already know. This first game is going to the Lakers in LA. Yeah. Olajuwon had 32 and 12 with two steals and 2 assists. Daughtry had 15, 11 and 5. Doug West had 13, 4 and 6. Magic had 34, 12 and 12 with 5 steals. Magic was definitely planning to go crazy with that. Going crazy back in the form. We got game 2 in the form. Well, game 4, but this is the second game in the form. Y'all know what I meant. It's another close one. Never mind. Magic said to hell with that. Magic at 34, 12, and 13. John Paxson. Why did I think Jim was on the Bulls? It's not real life. He had 14 and 10. Carmelo had 15 and 9. Hakeem was in a box to his standards. All right, so we back in Chicago. Can we get a quick Chicago dub and take it back to LA? Is it possible? Yes, it is. This is exactly what we get. Hakeem had 30 and 16 with 5 blocks. Brad Daughtry had 15 and 7. Both teams supporting cast really wasn't supporting for real. It was just Magic versus Hakeem. Magic had 48 and 5. Unfortunately, had 6 turnovers, which is probably what cost him the game. They still lost by 20. Now, this is a make or break game for LA. In the form, it ain't looking too good. It's looking like they took the L. Yeah, they took the L. Yep. So the Bulls are your back-to-back champions. We can go ahead and hop in and see the ceremony, you know what I'm saying? And it's time to say congratulations. This man, Reggie Theus, is foul baiting with 3 seconds left in the game. This is a wild man, bro. I'm gonna be real. Reggie Theus hits the first free throw. He better hit both of them, like straight swish. And he missed the second one. It's okay. Say congratulations to your new 1992 NBA champions, the Chicago Bulls, who have repeated. 1 championship away from the three-peat. Magic is quite stressed out. Magic want to get up out of LA. That's what he want. 99 and 125 is the score. The Chicago Bulls win the championship in the Forum. I kind of wanted them to win it in the UC or the Future, whatever it was called at that time. But it is what it is. Hakeem high-fiving fans. Like I said in the first episode, I don't know how these fans get down to the floor without getting popped. It is what it is, though. Some people have morals, some people don't. Me personally, I'm not letting no heavy fan go to the floor. But hey, that's just me though. As we can see, bro, the Chicago Bulls celebrating on the Forum logo. And of course, you already knew who was going to get it. Hakeem Olajuwon is your 1992 NBA Finals MVP. Congratulations to the guys, man. The Bulls dynasty is starting to kick in. Looking at final stats, Daughtry had 24 and 18. Hakeem just sat back this game. He put up 18 and 7, 18, 7 and 5. Magic, he didn't really have his best game. He had 26, 4 and 7. He shot 9 for 21. Hey, sometimes when you want to win a ring, you got to do what you got to do. NBA champions, Chicago Bulls, led by Hakeem Olajuwon, of course. Moving on to the offseason. Now, y'all know this is the Shaq draft, so things are about to get hectic. So looking at retirements, I don't really see anybody that's a Hall of Famer in here. Jersey retirements is Gus Williams, Jamal Wilkes. Historic changes, shot clock only resets when ball hits rim. A lot of floor and uniform changes. Okay, so I think this is when they moved to the UC. I think. I might be tweaking. Now, the draft lottery. This is for Shaquille O'Neal. The Knicks could possibly have him. The Jazz also have two top 3 picks. The Jazz, the Timberwolves. So what y'all telling me? Shaq is finna be a Minnesota Timberwolf. Unless the draft just doesn't go how I expect it to go and Shaq just doesn't become a Timberwolf. First pick, of course, is Shaq. There's no doubt. Christian Laettner is a New York Knick. Alonzo Mourning is a Utah Jazz. Jim Jackson, Jesse Maggetti, LaFonso Ellis, Clarence Witherspoon, James Sloan, Robert Boeheim, and the 10th pick is being traded. The Knicks are trading 2 picks for the 10th pick. Y'all better pick a real person. Robert Horry. Okay, I don't hate that. And he also had the most college threes. So Shaq comes in at an 84 overall. Alonzo Mourning at an 81. This Boeheim dude is a Boeheim. Why do I keep saying Boeheim? Boeheim is a 78. I don't know why he's so close to Shaq in overall. I don't like it. Okay. So free David Robinson is unrestricted. He could possibly leave. Where was he before? I can't remember. Oh, he was a Cavs, and the Cavs are his top interest. Terry Cummins is unrestricted. Sean Kemp is unrestricted. Where was he last year? He was in Milwaukee. Okay. So these dudes are all probably going back. David Robinson, of course, he stays at Cav. Terry Cummins and Sean Kemp both have a lot of offers, so there's no way they're just like, yeah, only. Yeah, see, Sean Kemp is a Celtic. Larry Bird is actually getting help. Unrestricted. Oh, Kevin McHale is unrestricted. He's 34. They just picked up Sean Kemp, so maybe they just say forget Sean Kemp. I mean, forget Kevin McHale and roll with Sean Kemp. Kiki Vandeweghe is once again an unrestricted free agent. Wait, Sean Kemp is back on the market. I don't know what happened, but the deal must have fell through. Kevin McHale. Oh, they picked Kevin McHale back up, and they must not have had no cap space. Sean Kemp. I'm trying to see where Sean Kemp goes. He stays in Milwaukee. Okay, I thought it was about to get hectic. I ain't gonna lie. I thought the Celtics was about to dominate. Checking player progression. Hakeem, he doesn't move in overall. I'm seeing a lot of regression, which is kind of sad. Okay. Whoa, Magic is getting old. Yes. So David Robinson is basically, yo, why does he have an A-3? Bro, he time traveled he's a modern day big in the 90s. That's kind of crazy. That must be like, was he shooting threes back in the day? Like, is that what he did? Maybe not. I'm not sure. He shot 58% from 3. But how many threes was he attempting is the question. Hold on. I gotta see. Okay, he shot 12 threes the entire season. Even though he has a decent 3-point rating. I forgot about Len Bias. I ain't gonna lie. Mike dropping to a 94. This is not the Jordan era. It's looking like. Scottie Pippen had a concussion all season, which is kind of crazy. Sean Kemp jumps up to an 89 overall. Reggie Miller is an 89. Gary Payton jumps up to an 84. Seeing a lot of guys progressing. We're just going to go ahead and kick it on to the next season now. We're going to the 1992-93 NBA season. Going ahead and looking at the draft class. This is the Chris Webber draft. Draft with Chris Webber, Penny Hardaway, Jamal Mashburn, Nick Van Exel, Scott Burrell, infamously famous for being bullied by Michael Jordan. George Mirasan, tallest man in NBA history. I'm thinking, nah, there's gotta be somebody taller. It's always the bigger fish in the fish tank. Is that a saying? I would hope not. It sucks. But other than like this draft ain't really all that. But we did all the previews that we needed to see. Teams ain't really changed for real. So you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and get on to it. Alright, so we are here. The 1993 NBA Awards. Len Bias is the MVP. He averaged 35 points a game. LaFonso Ellis was rookie of the year. We're not gonna talk about his averages because he's a rookie. Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, 6 man of the year. Len Bias also won D-Boy. So he said, yeah, Hakeem, all that is clipped. Philip Gordon of the Phoenix Suns. That's a new team that we're starting to see. Phoenix Suns starting to emerge. So first team, Magic, John Stockton, Len Bias, Charles Barkley, David Robinson. Second team, Clyde, Mike, John Williams, Scottie Pippen, Dino Raja. Wait, did Dino Raja just put this team on his back and make them have coach of the year? Make them have the best coach in the NBA? Mike has left knee tendonitis, so he probably didn't make the playoffs again. Third team, Billy Owens, Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, Mark Aguirre, and Hakeem. Hakeem dropped to the third team, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, there's no Rockets in the playoffs once again. Looking at league leaders, points per game, Len Bias. Len Bias blew everybody out of the water. This was a Len Bias revenge season. Because if y'all remember, Len Bias was like absolutely him for a good amount of time. Yeah, and like 90, 91, he was him. But he wasn't like I don't know what you call him, because he was like the best player in the league, but he wasn't like the best player in the league. He was one of the top emergent faces, what I'll say. Del Curry was top 10 in points in the league, averaging 24. This is a league. That's all I'm gonna say. Boston was actually the 1 seed, which is kind of crazy. Where's Larry Bird? Oh, Larry's hurt and he's old. So they're probably going to get bounced in the first round once again. I wouldn't bet on them getting out of the first round, if I'm being absolutely honest. Plus, this is against the Bullets team that was bouncing out all the good teams. And Gary Payton is actually like really good now. So yeah, it's looking pretty scary for the East. The East is pretty scary. I'm going to be real. Now the West, there's no Lakers in the playoffs in the West. Which is kind of surprising because they was making the playoffs every year. So the West is really just a big old toss-up now. Let's just go ahead and simulate the first round to see what happens. Of course, the Bulls make it out and they play the Pacers. The Bucks taking on the Celtics. Philly taking on Dallas. Not Philly. Phoenix taking on Dallas. Denver taking on Seattle. Let's see. Hakeem got bounced. Larry Bird got bounced. Phoenix and Denver in the Western Conference Finals. The Pacers and the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. So regardless of what happens, we're going to see a new champion, which is nice. Always like seeing new things, because at some point the same teams repeating gets boring. But simulating through game 1, game 2, game 3, do the Suns sweep. We're in Milwaukee. It's not looking like the Suns are going to sweep yet. The game is still close. Nah, no sweep. No sweep at all. The Bucks was not trying to get swept. Dino Raja really put this team on his back. I can't hate it. Manute Bo is also getting playing time, which is actually hard because he actually gets used. Kevin Johnson going off with Sean Kemp. And Sidney Moncrief. Sidney Moncrief is on this team as well. But now we back in Phoenix. And as soon, well, not soon, but in a while, this turns into the Fleet Center. And yeah, the Bucks get stomped out. We're going to go ahead and hop in. And we're going to see the Suns championship ceremony. Alright, so with about 3 seconds left on the clock, we are in. All hail your new NBA champions, the Phoenix Suns, taking down the Milwaukee Bucks in 5. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was yeah, because we just got out of the 2 games at in Milwaukee. Terry Cummins is a really emotional man right now. Hopefully, this might be the start of another dynasty. I'm not sure, because the West was looking kind of weak this year. I didn't think a team in the West would be the one winning the championship. I honestly thought the Bulls was gonna three-peat. That was my mistake, though. Terry Cummins hopping up on the big table. I can respect it. I can respect it. The Suns are happy campers. They're getting the championship, doing what they needed to do. I hate how we can't see them lifting up the trophy. Dino Raja, of course, getting the NBA Finals MVP. Something you never thought you would see. It's something you only see if you come see my vid. Only Terray2K can give you this kind of content. So wait a minute, are they in the Garden? Why are they in the Madison Square Garden? That's kind of crazy. But checking the game stats, Dino Raja had 33 and 8. Terry Cummins had 16 and 14. D Brown had 13, 3 and 5. Chris Morris had 12 and 8 with 5 steals. Kevin Johnson had 22, 6 and 11 assists with 2 steals and 2 blocks. Sean Kemp only had 13, which is kind of why they lost. Sidney Moncrief, old man Sidney Moncrief, had 12, 3 and 5. Wait, does Sidney Moncrief have a ring? No, he doesn't even have an MVP either. Why do I think he was like better than what he actually is? I don't know. But quitting out to the menu. The Phoenix Suns are your NBA champions. Dino Raja, Finals MVP, like we just went over. Checking out retirements, we got Bernard King retiring. Jack Sigma, Daryl Griffith. Not a lot of names that you go out of your way to see. Mark Eaton retired. Kurt Rambis. We didn't see a lot of Kurt Rambis in here. He was really a journeyman for a lot of the though. Like he was on the Lakers, and then once he got traded to Milwaukee. Then he just signed a gazillion 1-year deals because 2K does things like that. When I know in the 80s, teams would go for Kurt Rambis in a heartbeat. Jackson gets his jersey retired by the Sonics. Floor and logo changes. Draft lottery for Chris Webber. Maybe Penny Hardaway. The Jazz have 2 more picks. I don't know where they got these picks from. What trade the Jazz took a part of. But the Jazz get 2 and 3. So there's a possibility that the Spurs pick somebody random, and then the Jazz pick Penny Hardaway and Chris Webber. But Chris Webber is probably going to become a San Antonio Spur. At least I hope he does. If not, it is what it is. Welcome to the 1993 NBA Draft. Your first pick, Chris Webber, of course. So which means the second pick is Rodney Rogers. Jamal Matt, they didn't use any of those picks on Penny Hardaway. Penny Hardaway is actually a Warrior now. Vin Baker goes to the Pistons. Nick Van Exel goes to the Nets. Isaiah Ryder goes to the Rockets. Sean Bradley goes to the Lakers. Allen Houston goes to the Hornets. And Bradley Owens goes to the Magic. And of course, the highest overall player in the draft, 83 overall, Chris Webber. With Penny Hardaway and Vin Baker not too far away from him. Trying to see if there's any surprising picks that slipped down. Nah, not really. I'm checking free agency just to see what any big unrestricted free agents. Dino Raj is unrestricted, but there's no way he leaves the Suns. The Suns got his bird rights. They give him like 5 years. Yeah, he went ahead and locked up that deal. 5 years, $24 million. Um, I seen Dennis Rodman was here somewhere. I might be tweaking. Mm, okay. We can just go ahead and go on to see player progression to see who got better, who got worse. It's sad because Bird and Magic are probably both getting worse. Magic dropped to a 95. Bird is nowhere to be found. Shaq just got drafted. He's already 88 overall. Wait. Oh no. Shaq didn't win Rookie of the Year. That's kind of crazy. I didn't think about that at all. Shaq didn't win Rookie of the Year. He averaged 16 and 7, which isn't the best. It's not Shaq numbers it's not the numbers you think Shaq would put up. That's kind of crazy. But wait, who was on Shaq's team? Shaq has it's literally Shaq, Mahmoud, Abdul Rauf, and bums. I wouldn't even really say bums. They got Derek Coleman, Paris Ellison, and Hershey Hawkins. I thought Hershey Hawkins was old at this point. The Magic actually are getting good for an expansion team. So are the Hornets, the Heat. The Heat don't have a good foundation at all. They have Glenn Rice and a fake guy. Other than that, we're gonna go ahead and get into the next season. Alright, so we are in the 1993 season. And it's been a few days since I recorded. Sean Kemp is him. Let me just look around the league and see what's going on. David Robinson is the best player in the league right now. Brad's at A- 3 point. He's literally a modern day big. I don't know if I said that already in the vid, but this dude is literally a modern day big in the 90s. Len Bias is up there. Hakeem Olajuwon is still going crazy. Mike is still only sitting at 92 and he's 30. I'm pretty sure at this point he already had like 3 rings. Scotty is actually 2K is giving Scotty the edge over Mike, which is kind of crazy. Isaiah Thomas still up here. Charles Barkley is still 18 years old. Hold up. This man Charles Barkley should not be 18. How many? Okay, 9. It's usually like 27. If Mike is 30, I'm gonna just make him 29 just in case. Because I'm not even sure if you can enter the league at 18 years of age in 84, I think it was. Something like that. But enough talking. We just go ahead and simulate the season. Okay, so we at the end of the 1994 season. Len Bias is the MVP. Averaged 37, 14, and 5. Shooting 60, 90, and 30% from 3. Vin Baker is Rookie of the Year. Hot Rod Williams wins 6-man. Len Bias wins Depoy as well. Paris Payton wins Most Improved. And Mitchell Bridges from the Suns is your Coach of the Year. Looking at first team is Mike, Magic, Len Bias, John Williams. Okay, so he's for sure a real person. I don't know why he's just not getting nice. And Dino Raja. Dino Raja is carrying the Sun. I'm pretty sure he carried the Sun to at least like a ring already, alright? I might be tweaking. Yeah, he carried him to a ring. I'm not even sure if he won Finals MVP that season. Second team, John Stockton, Mahmoud, Abdul Rauf, Sean Kemp, Charles Barkley, David Robinson. And the third team is Gary Payton, Clyde, Scotty, Dominique, and Hakeem. Looking at the playoffs, the Magic and the Suns are the 1 seed in their respective conferences. The Magic are kind of well-rounded. They don't really have none of those 90s names that really stand out, though. I mean, they got Horace Grant. They had James Worthy. That's old man James Worthy, though, so it really don't matter. They might get bounced in the first round, but I'm gonna be absolutely honest. The Suns, they got D Brown, Chris Morris, Terry Cummings, and Dino Raja. I don't know. It could be a pretty tough. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead and simulate the first round. Okay, so the Magic said, yeah. The Magic they heard my doubts. I'm gonna say that. The Magic heard my doubts and said, yeah, we're not going on the first round. They absolutely swept the Nets. Now it's Orlando versus Washington. Washington is the team with Gary Payton and Chris Mullin. If I'm not mistaken, they made it to the conference finals not too long ago. Hakeem is taking on Kenny the Jet Smith and Chris Dudley. And Mr. Announcer Clark Kellogg, of course. The Suns are taking on Larry Johnson and Kenny Walker. The Nuggets breakout star John Williams taking on Scottie Pippen. So this second round could be pretty interesting. From what I see, man, Hakeem got swept. Hakeem won up one ring and just fell off. Now it's the Kings and Clippers and Pacers and Magic. Okay, this Magic team is actually better than I thought they were. Well, now that I think about it, Sean Elliott wanted to, yeah, and they got Tony Kukoc. Yeah, this team is a lot better than what I thought. The first glance, it won't look too appetizing. But they're taking on the Pacers, who have Kenny the Jet Smith and Mr. Announcer Man, who just swept Hakeem. The Kings with Larry Johnson taking on Pat Ewing, Buck Williams, Scottie Pippen. Okay, maybe the Clippers might make it to the finals. No. The Magic did get bounced, but the Clippers took the Kings to 7. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it done. So now we're going to simcast these next few games just to see what happens, see if we can get any close games. Is this one looking pretty close? I ain't gonna lie. Nah, never mind. Getting closer to the end. They just said, nah, forget it. The Kings go up 2-2. Okay, never mind. I was about to say they go up 2-2 or 2-1, but then the Pacers came back. Can the Kings put it away? Can the Kings put it away in Indiana? It's looking like a no. Yeah, nah. They only won by 2 points though. The Pacers only won by 2 points. Now it's game 7. Let's see what happens. Can we get a close game 7? That would be great. Nah, the Kings said no, sir. Actually, 2 points with a minute 51 left. We go ahead and hop into this. All right, so Craig Elo is at the line. Is he shooting 1 or 2? I think he's only shooting 1. Yeah. Okay, he only shot 1. 93-94 is the score. It looked like people in Sacramento that started leaving the stadium. Maybe Sacramento ain't a basketball town. Oh, Sacramento. Wait, no, we're in Sacramento. Sacramento's about to win a ring. Okay, Indiana down 3. Kendall Gill has the ball. He's about to try to make it work. Kendall Gill, he's pulling up for mid. It's off. Ellie, he's coming down the court with the ball. Next has a 3-point symbol next to his name, so maybe he might pull that. Fat Garland. I feel like I remember this dude when I clowned him. No, this was definitely somebody else. Garland actually gets to the line. And he misses the second free throw. Everybody out here missing the second free throw. Oh, Dudley gets the steal. Now the Pacers are only down 1 point. We could have an interesting ending right here. All the Pacers got to do is get a stop and get a bucket, and they're in the lead. Garland coming down trying to run the offense. But is he going too fast? What? I don't know what he was thinking. He just took a fading 3 and gave the Pacers a chance to win the title. This shot right here could end it all for the Kings. No, nobody's about to pull a contested shot in. Oh no, Kendall Gill, he has it. He pulls up a contested shot. It's a bucket. It's scary hours, I ain't gonna lie. And then the Kings call a timeout after blowing the lead. Okay, So the ball is about to be in play. The Kings have 29 seconds to go ahead and get him a shot. They give it to Ellie. Ellie takes it over a defender. He takes it over Kendall Gill, and the Pacers are calling a timeout. Okay, so the Pacers have the ball. They're trying to make something shake. Kendall Gill has it. He's getting that screen from Dudley. He had the whole right side open. I don't know why he didn't just take it. 17 seconds, 16, 15. Shot is winding. The clock is winding down. The Kings are a stop away from becoming champions. Nobody fouls. This might do it. The Sacramento Kings may be NBA champions depending on how these free throws go. There's still 6 seconds left on the clock. Okay, they knocked down both free throws. I don't think the Pacers have any more timeouts. So Kenny the Jet Smith giving it to Perry from the hash. It's an air ball. The Kings are your 1994 NBA champions. So far we've been seeing a lot of new champions. We ain't really been seeing a dynasty. We did see one at the beginning with Magic and his Lakers. But other than that, I don't think we've really seen any one team dominate, which is kind of crazy. The Kings and the Pacers put on a great series. It went to 7 games. It would literally went down to the last possession. Now I think about it, where was Larry Johnson in all this? Was he even on the floor? Yeah, he was for sure, because he's not right here. That's crazy. It really went down to the last possession. It went down to, if you miss, you lose. And unfortunately, the Pacers missed. And now Larry Johnson is your 1994 NBA Finals MVP. So shout out to Armand, because he's the only Kings fan I know. Feel me? Checking the box score real quick. Winston Garland went crazy. Is this a real person? He's been averaging 20 since he got into the league. Apparently, no, I don't even think he's a real person, because I think we started in like '83. So yeah, but Larry Johnson, your Finals MVP, averaged 22, 9, and 5 throughout the playoffs. And also had a steal. Kenny Walker, he had 10 and 13 with 5 assists and 4 steals and a block. Kendall Gill had 21. Craig Elo had 19. Clark Kellogg had 18. Kenny the Jet Smith had 13. That's kind of tough. They were dead, like they were a stop away. They were unfortunate missed shot away from being NBA champions. It is what it is, because y'all always got next year to try to spin back. I got to the menu, man. So, the Kings are your NBA champions. Larry Johnson, of course, Finals MVP, like we've seen. Now we're gonna check player retirements. Mo Cheeks retires. Jim Paxson. Not a lot of names that you just go, oh my God, he retired. Joe Barry Carroll, was he doing much of any? I know the name from my team, but that's about it. Michael Thompson, Paul Pressey. I don't know why I know his name. Probably another name I know from my team. I'm gonna be real. Hall of Fame inductees: Adrian Danley. I ain't even realized he retired, unless he's been retired. He's just now getting into the Hall of. Adrian Danley finally getting his jersey. He gets his jersey retired. Historic changes: the worst team have improved odds of obtaining a top 3 pick. The Kings and the Cavs are getting new courts and logos and all that. Oh wait, is this? Oh, this is for sure Weber. And draft lottery coming in. The Jazz have the top. No. The Jazz, Blazers, Knicks, and Pistons have the top odds of the top pick. Go ahead and see the Hawks jump up to number 1. The Jazz drop to number 4. The Pistons and the Blazers are at 2 and 3. The Knicks are at number 5, and the Heat are at 6. So let's go ahead. Wait, this is the okay. Why did I think this was the Chris Webber draft? I think that was last season. So this year's the Jason Kidd, Glenn Robinson, Grant Hill draft, along with Juwan Howard. We can go ahead and see what order these dudes go in, because there's always bound to be something crazy happening. Grant Hill goes number 1 to the Atlanta Hawks. Glenn Robinson goes number 2 to the Pistons. Jason Kidd goes number 3 to the Blazers. Eddie Jones goes number 4 to the Jazz. Jalen Rose goes number 5 to the Knicks. Tony Wheeler, fake dude, I think, goes to the Heat. Scott Garrett, I think another fake dude. Rudy Brewer, fake. Kenneth Curry, fake. Juwan Howard goes to the Celtics. Send me to the end of the draft just to see if there's any names we missed. Juwan Howard, Benjamin Harris, not real. Definitely not here. Danielle Marshall goes to the Clippers. I thought that was a different DUS. What? Okay. Okay. Wesley, Luke Kennard. Okay. Y'all know what? 2K, y'all starting to confuse me. It is what it is, though. Checking free agency just to see if there's any good unrestricted free agents. Scottie Pippen is on the market. Probably going back to the Clippers. Gary Payton is on the market. I think, nah, he's restricted. Brad Daugherty is on the market. Wait, was he already on the Bulls? Yeah, he was already on the Bulls, so he's probably going to go back. I think I seen Dino Raja down there, too. Dino Raja's probably going to get locked up real quick, though. Gary Payton stays with Washington. Let's see. Scottie Pippen stays with the Clippers. Brad Daugherty moves from the Bulls to the Knicks. Dino Raja stays with the Suns. Mitch Richmond stays with Golden State. LaFonso Ellis stays in Atlanta. We got Reggie Lewis and Chris Mullin still on the board, which is kind of crazy. Chris Mullin stays in Washington. Just waiting to see what Reggie Lewis does. You know what? I'm not even going to take all that time. We're just going to hop straight into player progression because I don't have time to see and wait how long it takes for him to go somewhere.
So looking around the league. Wait, what's tweaking? Oh yeah, the bullet right there. John Stockton is dropping down 2 overalls. Sean Kemp doesn't move at all. Gary Payton still at a 90 overall. He's developing that jump shot. Hakeem drops from 94 to 93. The Bulls are bad. I never realized how bad they were. It's literally just Hakeem and just a bunch of bums. Get Hakeem help. David Robinson's at 97. Larry Bird is really old now. He's dropping down to 83 overall. Scottie Pippen stays in 92. Patrick Ewing isn't progressing. Patrick Ewing isn't progressing like I thought he would. He isn't turning into the Patrick Ewing everybody knows today. Alonzo Mourning jumps up 3 overalls. Jamal Mashburn jumps up 4. The Kings Paris Payton. Yeah, Paris Payton jumped up 3 overalls, so now he's at 80. Brad Daugherty. That's kind of crazy. I didn't think he would leave Chicago to go to a rival. Magic Johnson getting old. He's regressing. He's at 92 overall now. Carmelo jumps up to an 87. Barkley at a 94. Kenny Anderson jumps up to 85. McKee jumps up to 87. I thought it was Jerry Sloan. I was about to say, why is he on a basketball court? John Williams jumps up to 91. Kendall Gill is 82. Isaiah Thomas getting noticed on the regress. He jumps to 91. Mike jumps to 91. Mike's career is something. He don't have no rings. He could really just end up being the biggest bust. I wouldn't say that because he was still an all-star and all that. But to not win a rings compared to what we know Mike did in real life is kind of crazy. Reggie Miller, yo, this Spurs team is actually really nice. If everybody was to, like, because Chris Webber's still young, their original big three is pretty old, I ain't gonna lie. Terry Cummings is 87, Dino Raza is 86. The Suns team is still pretty nice. Lynn Bias doesn't move at all. Clyde Drexler drops 2 overalls. Mitch Richmond goes up 1. Penny Hardaway jumps up 5. So he's trying to become one of the best in the league. The Heat lost everybody. They did have, like, a bunch of fake dudes and Dennis Sherman and Sam Cassell. Dylan Howard, Glenn Rice, Sean Elliott, Horace Grant don't move. Shaq jumps up to a 91. There comes times where I forget Shaq is in here. Like, it's crazy. But he jumps up to a 91 overall. Looking at all the players around the league, David Robinson is the best player by far, and then there becomes this big gap in the comp. Like, bro, David Robinson is a 97. The MVP of the league is only a 95. Wait, Lynn Bias, his age doesn't move at all either. Okay, so that might be the problem with like, the custom guys in the draft. Their age doesn't move. Which could probably end up becoming a problem sometime down the future. But it is what it is. You gotta have the custom guys in here.
Other than that, we can just go on and move on to the next season. All right, so we are at the beginning of the 94-95 season. This year, Kevin Garnett. Why am I looking at the roster? This is what I'm telling you about the draft. This year, Kevin Garnett, Rasheed Wallace, and Joe Smith are about to be drafted, along with Anthony McDyess, Jerry Stackhouse, and Damon Stoudemire. This season, I don't even know, because last season was like a meh season. I wouldn't even say meh, but it's like the teams you don't expect to win the finals won the finals. So it was one of those years. Like we really don't have a dynasty yet though. Like we had the Sixers win and then Magic won four straight. But really, other than that, we really haven't had like no consistent dudes to show up in the finals, which is kind of good if you ask me, because you don't want to see like the same teams. But it's also interesting to see like what teams become great. Like we got the Kings. You didn't you don't expect the Kings to win no championships in this time period, bro. Let's just be real. But all these rosters are different. Enough being said, though, we've seen all of the players and how great they become. It is what it is. Now let's just go ahead and sim the season. All right, so we are at the end of the 1995 season. Len Bias wins yet another MVP. Jason Kidd wins Rookie of the Year. Dylan Howard, six man. Hakeem, another depoy. Allen Houston, most improved. Mitchell Haywood of the Kings. The Kings are actually starting to get nice now. It's crazy. The Kings are starting to get nice. He wins Coach of the Year. And Jimmy Monroe of the Timberwolves wins Exec of the Year. Going on looking at the All NBA teams: Magic, Mahmoud, Limbias, Sean Kemp, Hakeem. Second team, Terrell Brandon. I think that's a new name. I'm like 96% sure that is a new name. Terrell Brandon, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Larry Johnson, David Robinson. Third team, Gary Payton, Raj Strickland, Charles Barkley, Vin Baker, Dino Raja. So looking at the standings, the Kings got Coach of the Year while only placing second in their conference. Oh, Shaq's team. I forgot. Shaq is on his team. Shaq and Mahmoud Abdul Rauf been going crazy. The Cavs. Eh. Oh, that's right. David Robinson is on his team. He carried them, but he's hurt now. But he should be coming back for the end of the first round. Mike didn't make the playoffs. Wait, am I tweaking? I can't even see there. What you call it? Mike didn't make the playoffs, which is depressing. The Bulls didn't either. I just knew that Bulls team wasn't no good. But we simulate the first round. Shaq makes it to the second. The Kings make it. The Suns make it. The Sonics make it. Okay, so the Cavs getting busy without D-Rob, which is nice. Simulating the second round, the Cavs got bodied without D-Rob. No, they did not get bodied. We could possibly see Shaq in his first finals if he can just get past the Kings. And then maybe we see David Robinson in the finals, unless Sean Kemp just has something to say about it. Being honest, simulating the round. Do we get Shaq finals? No, we get Bucks and Kings. So the two teams that I kind of wanted to see just don't make it. So we got Kings and the Bucks. The Kings, same team as last year, pretty much. Hold on, who is okay? Yeah, never mind. Nobody's texting me. The Bucks have Kevin Johnson, Sean Kemp. Uh, that's really it, honestly. And Marcus Johnson, but I don't think he gets that much PT. They got Kelly Tripucka, I guess. Simulating the first game, the Kings take it. Second game, the Kings take it. Third game, Kings take it. Fourth game, the Bucks take it. The Bucks are fighting back. I kind of don't want to miss. Yeah. The Kings might take the championship in Milwaukee. Actually, no. Milwaukee fought back. Oh, it's clipped. It's clipped. The Kings take the championship. Kevin Johnson and Sean Kemp went crazy in the last game, but it wasn't enough to stop the Sacramento Kings from going back to back. Winston Garland put up 22. Larry Johnson put up 22. Kenny Walker put up 17. Tyrone Stewart, fake guy, he put up 13. So your NBA champions, Sacramento Kings. Winston Garland wins Finals MVP. Checking the offseason, Marquez Johnson, he retires. Moses Malone retires. Reggie Theus retires. Bill Cartwright. Okay. Hall of Fame inductees, Moses Malone, of course. JJ retires. Moses Malone, Marquez Johnson, and Reggie Theus. His story changes. We get the Raptors and the Grizzlies this season. We get no more hand checking. The Heat, Knicks, Rockets, Suns, Hawks all getting rebrands. So we coming up closer and closer on that Kobe draft, by the way. I don't know if y'all see it or not. But checking the draft lottery, the Pistons, Celtics, Bulls, and Warriors have the top odds to get a top pick. Let's see what happens. The Celtics get the number one pick. So is KG gonna be a Celtic early? Is the question. Check the expansion draft real quick, just to see who gets released from their teams. I seen Rick Smith in here. Rick Smith goes number one. Mark Price goes number two. Glenn Robinson. He's 22. 22-year-old Glenn Robinson is a Raptor. So what I'm seeing is the Raptors are about to. Well, Glenn Robinson is about to go on a revenge tour, and he's about to start winning rings with the Raps. Sam Cassell, Lamar Murray. Oh yeah, Luke Kennard guy. Scott Burrell. I knew I seen his name in here somewhere. I thought there's Darius Miller. I didn't know if he was supposed to be here yet. Okay, so now it's time to go check the real NBA draft. So going number one, Kevin Garnett. He goes to the Celtics early. And then number two is Mike Finley. Rasheed Wallace goes number three to the Knicks. I can't remember if Rasheed Wallace ever played for the Knicks. I feel like I in my mind I have him in a Knicks jersey at some point in time. I don't know. Jerry Stackhouse goes number three. Eric Williams goes number four. Joe Smith. No, wait, we had number six. I'm tweaking. Number six is Joe Smith to the Pistons, and Antonio McDyess goes number seven. Damon Stoudemire goes number eight to the Rockets. The Hawks pick up Brian Reeves, Big Country, number nine. Number 10 is Allen Henderson to the Nuggets. Okay, so KG comes in at 81 overall. Rasheed Wallace is also tied with him at 81. This draft was pretty deep, I can't lie. Mentionable names: Dale Ratliff, Brent Berry, Fred Hoiberg, Gary Trent, Greg Ostertag, Eric Snow, Kurt Thomas, Bob Sura. Yeah, this is a pretty deep draft. I can't lie. Now we're checking free agency to see who is the rage of the season. Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller has 10 offers already, and his top offers the Spurs. I'm pretty sure the Spurs have his bird rights too, so he's probably not leaving. He expects $8 million. Does he expect? Yeah, he expects the most out of anybody here, even more than Gary Payton, who is, yeah, he's definitely going back to the Bullets. So let's go ahead and just check to see what happens. Reggie Miller is still a Spur, of course. Does Gary Payton leave? Gary Payton is a Buck? Is that? Gary Payton is a bug. So he leaves Washington to go to Milwaukee. So that could change up a few things in Milwaukee. I ain't gonna lie. So the runner-ups are
One of the top defenders in the league. He's also becoming a better point guard. Sean Kemp jumps to a 91. Okay, John Stockton jumps to 86. Sean Kemp jumps to 91. Roddy Divac is all by himself with Chris Mullin and Kenny Jet Smith. Kenny Jet Smith moved teams. This is kind of crazy. Hakeem's still sitting at 93. Divac jumps to 97. His entire team is starting to regress. I can't lie. It's kind of crazy. KG, best player on the Celtics right at the gate. Larry Bird, super duper old, jumps to an 80 overall. Scotty still sitting at 92. Isaiah Ryder, a name we haven't seen much of, is 82 overall. Alonzo Mourning, 89. Jamal Mashburn and Eddie Jones all jump up a sizable amount. Larry Johnson still sitting at 86. Johnson Petrovic drops. Brad Daughtry, after he missed the entire season with a sore knee, it's kind of what he gets for leaving Chicago. But now he's teamed up with Rasheed Wallace and Jalen Rose. Magic drops to a 90. I forgot he has Karl Malone. There's like Sean Bradley on his team. Charles Barkley, Mark Aguirre. Just trying to see. Isaiah Thomas starting to regress. Mike is starting to regress. Maybe he's starting to get a little sad that he can't do nothing in Houston. I wouldn't blame him, honestly. Reggie Miller dropping an overall. Daniel Rogers stays the same. Ben Bias jumps to a 96. Penny Hardaway jumps to an 88. Hey, like I said, bro, it's coming to become one of the best point guards in the league. He's going to revolutionize the whole era of just big guards. Shaq jumps to a 93. Scott Garrett. Okay, all players. Okay, so there's not that big of a gap between the best player in the league and the second best. They're both tied, and depending on who you ask, you probably give it to Ben Bias, honestly. But there's still actually there's even not many 90s in the league either. Hey, it's starting to become a more competitive league, I guess. Yeah, it's definitely starting to become a lot more competitive.
So now, without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and get into the next season. Alright, so for those of y'all that don't know, I make my videos on Share Factory, and Share Factory don't necessarily let you make hour-long videos. So I gotta go ahead and end it here. Spencer for 2K. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.